recommended by me. Hello guys, Any aka the Noctrader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another live stream, 7 p.m. Sunday every week. I try to do it every week anyway. Um, yeah, so kind of great week last week. Um, did my first 5k to 50k challenge video. If you check that out, it's in my video library. I'm starting a series where I have a 5k demo account and I try and build it up to a 50k demo account. Obviously it's demo money, it's not real, but it's good for entertainment purposes, and you get to see how I trade, the thought process behind my trades, and see if how this journey progresses. Let me just check the live stream area, see if there's anyone. See if there's anyone in the live chat, guys. Normally it picks up later on, but it's a bit slow at the beginning. Just leave me a message in the live chat if you've just say hello. Let me know if there's anyone out there. We've got a couple people viewing right now, but just drop a hi in the comment section, and then we can get the channel going. Anyway, while I wait for people to log in and people to watch the video, I'm gonna go straight into it. So we got Dollar Tree. I'm back at Dollar Tree again. I keep covering this one, but there's a reason behind that. I've been following this for quite some time, and I should have stuck to my convictions. But Dollar Tree is selling off. I think I'm gonna hop back in on my in this Dollar Tree short. Most likely, I think I'm gonna. Hey, Joe Berg, all the way from Cape Town. So your name's Joe Berg, but you're from Cape Town. Nice one. All right. So yeah, Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna revisit this, and I'm gonna explain to you why I believed it was a short all the way back up here, but then I lost my nerve and I didn't enter the short, but I still believe it's a short now because there's some great confidence going on here. So on the weekly chart, as you can see here, it was kind of like an ascending wedge kind of, and then it double topped at about 12,000. Yeah, and then once it double topped, it sold off. So this was a double top, and then once it came to this same support line, it broke it, retraced back, and started selling off. Now the 180-day simple moving average is above price and it's curving down. So this tells me that price still wants to sell off. And if you look at the MACD and RSI, is a converging wedge. No, it's a bearish divergence. So that means the MACD is making lower highs and so is the RSI. So that tells me price is selling off as well. So this is three things right now: bearish divergence, double top, price breaking the support line of the ascending wedge, 180-day simple moving average above price. This is about 5 things I've already mentioned that tells me it's bearish. Now if you go to the daily chart, something I also noticed is that there was almost like an expanding wedge being formed. So price came up, made high highs, made low lows, made high highs, made low lows, made high highs, and when it hit this kind of area where it double topped with previous price, that's when it sold off emphatically. And what I found was that when it sold off, I made I did a Fibonacci retracement to this point here, which was at 9250. This is kind of where it intersected with the ascending channel pattern, and I found that it previously retraced to the 23.6 level, and but it hadn't shown any real kind of importance thereafter. But I saw it as maybe the next level that it would hit would be the 161.8 level, which is the next Fibonacci level, which is why I drew this green box here, because this was going to be where my take profit is. So I believe it's still a good position to short. And the MACD and RSI kind of look like they're curving down. So as far as I'm concerned, I still think this is a great short. The 180-day simple moving average is still above price and curving down. And I still believe that the short is still in play. So I'm going to re-enter this probably on my demo account for my 50k challenge, and maybe puts a little bit of money in my real account as well. So this is what I'm talking about when I talk about confluence. There's lots of different things, technical analysis wise, that all led me to believe that this is a short. What's up, Stacks? UK trader, one of the better contributors on my channel and the Discord group. What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, so Dollar Tree, still another one that's still on my radar, and it's one that I haven't given up hope on. I'm gonna go back to purple because I believe it's a good long trade. Now, Groupon. The Groupon is something I'm in right now, but it's not looking too good right now. But like anything, no move is going to be perfect. It's not going to be always beautiful. Sometimes it's going to have some retracements. You're not going to just see 4, 5, 6 green days in a row all the time. So for what I've seen so far, Groupon is a falling wedge. So price has gone up, down, up, down, up, down, hit this support line, broke out to the upside of the resistance line, climbed up, retraced back to the old resistance as a new support, and it looks like it's going to continue climbing up. So I've entered a long position at about, I don't know what price it was, I can't remember. I put it in the Discord group. I'll actually show you guys what the price is. So this is the first trade I made on my 50k challenge. So if you join my Discord, guys, I'm logging all the trades that I make for my 5k to 50k challenge, so that you can follow the progress with me, so you know every trade I made. So the first trade I made was £5 per pip trade at 309 on Groupon, and long trade. So right now it's at 303. So right now we're in the red because I had a red day on Friday, but I believe that it's still bullish for the most part. So I think this little retracement is something that has to happen a lot of time, because I think there's like some sort of resistance here. As you can see that here, there might be like some sort of resistance at this line here. So I believe price is retraced back, but it'll break through here and it'll continue going up. So I'm just waiting for that to happen, and I believe that there's a lot of profit to be made from this Groupon trade. I'm doing great, man. Doing great, Stacks. Can't be better. Flutter. I had a whole rant about this last week, so I'm not going to go over it again, but it's selling off. Selling off because of fundamentals and technicals. Well, mainly because of fundamentals, but technicals often are a mirror image of what's happening in the fundamentals. As we all know, the sports betting industry are being hit hard by the Gambling Commission, and there's some unfavorable news that came out about the fact that bettors can no longer use their credit card to fund their accounts. So obviously that's gonna hit in the profits of companies like Paddy Power and Betfair. And then one of the people in the group said that they actually shorted William Hill off of this news. Now I don't know too much about William Hill. I don't know if, but it looks like that might have been a decent trade. But I'll just be a bit wary of the fact that now that it's intersected the 180-day simple moving average, and the price is curving up, that this could be a point of this could be a swing point, because it's done it here before. It's hit the 180-day simple moving average and curved up. So I'll just be wary of being overexposed in a short position on William Hill, given the price that it's at now. If you shorted and you made a bit of money, I personally would probably get out here, because I can see price climbing instead of going down again. So this is just something to consider. Stacks, give me a stock. What stock are you looking at right now? Stacks, let me know. Now, next one I'm looking at is a fan favorite. Well, not fan favorite here, but a lot of people talking about in general. Beyond Meat. Now, Beyond Meat was a stock that I touted to short for quite some time in the past, but this is because I felt like it was overinflated at this price here at 24280. I actually wrote a blog about how I thought Beyond Meat was overpriced, and I was right, because at the time I wrote it, it was around July, and it sold off by like 50% in 2 months after I wrote that blog. So give myself a little pat on the back here. But now I think it's at a decent price, and now I think it's at that place where it can start climbing at a decent rate. Let me show you that blog actually. This is my website, Noctrader.com. If you guys check it out, I write some blogs here and there. I haven't written one since November, but I try to write some blogs here and there. This was the Beyond Meat blog I wrote in July. And I wrote about how it was overvalued, and at the time of writing the blog, it was at $222. And I gave 2 reasons why it was overvalued, because there's actually a couple of reasons. There was a ridiculous market cap, so it was overpriced, overvalued. I think the stock was overvalued and hadn't really achieved what it needs to achieve to be worth what people were saying it was worth on the market. There was a widening net loss at the time, and there was additional shares offerings. I'm not going to go through all of these. You can check it out on my website, noctrader.com/BYND2019. It's an interesting blog, really short. I keep my blog short. And I explain myself as to why I think certain things happening, and then lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. So, but I believe now it bottomed out here, and now it's found a happy medium. And what I like to see Beyond Meat, it's kind of doing what I made a video about hype cycle, and I see this doing what Bitcoin did, and what some other hype stocks, some of the weed stocks did, where it went up a lot because people were really gassed about it, and everyone wanted to make a quick buck. Then it sold off, and it flatlined, and now it's climbing up again, but at a steadier pace. So here it's climbed up, so retraced, and I believe this would be a nice point to enter for another climb here. So I believe Beyond Meat would be, this is a great place to enter for a long position. And I'll show you what I'm talking about with regards to other hyped stocks. So we're talking weed stocks, we're talking Bitcoin. Certain stocks are hyped, and when they're hyped too much, they need to crash down and then climb up again at a happy medium. Remember Bitcoin, this has happened a couple times. Climbed, crashed, flatlined, climbed slowly again. Climbed, crashed, flatlined, climbed slowly again. So there's like a little, almost like a pattern that occurs with Bitcoin. Is obviously a different kettle of fish because of the type of asset class it is and just the nature of cryptocurrencies. But then there's also Cron, for example, weed stock. Another example of hyped stocks where it climbs, makes really high highs, sells off dramatically after people overstate its value, goes back down, and then hopefully it will climb again but at a steadier pace. So once you see these recurring things happen with overhyped stocks, you know how to play them. Don't get caught up in the hype when you see this happening, because a lot of times if it's climbed up so dramatically, you're going to see a crash down eventually to a happy medium. And even Tesla, the same thing happened with Tesla. It's climbed. Well, Tesla's actually a good company, but this type of move is not sustainable. When I see that, I'm just waiting for like a retracement. And literally the day after I made my video saying that I think 10K was going to be the limit, that's exactly what happened. I actually made a video about Tesla on the 4th. It's on my channel, check it out. And I said, I don't see it going past 10K because a lot of people like to take their profits at a round number. So, and lo and behold, it just stopped short of 10K. It was at 966, and that's when it sold off. So once you start understanding the behaviors of the masses, the herd mentality, you know how to like capitalize off of it. So Stacks wants me to look at ADNT. Okay, I'll look at ADNT again. I looked at ADNT last week and the week before, and I believe that as you said, as I said, ADNT was a cautionary tale in how not to get caught out trading a stock during earnings, because everything looked like a short, but then it climbed. And good thing I said I think Stacks pointed out that it was during earnings, because that's why I kept away from it, because I don't trade stocks that are in the about to enter earnings. But look here, this is not a coincidence. It kind of hit a resistance that it's hit before, and looks like it's retracing. So I believe this would be a good position to short, mainly because of the risk to reward ratio looks really good from this price. Like I would probably short it here. I don't know where it would go down to, but I said it's hit it once, twice, thrice, 4 times here, and this would be a great place to enter a short position here for a little bit of a gain, because at the end of the day, there's 100 pips you can risk, and you could make maybe 400 pips potentially if it comes back down to where the 180-day simple moving average is, and you just have to go off of past behavior. Every time it came to this line, it retraced back down to about the 180-day simple moving average, climbed, retraced back down, climbed, retraced back down, climbed, retraced back down. So it wouldn't be far-fetched to believe that ADNT, now that it's hit this line which has hit before, it will come and retrace back down to the 180-day simple moving average. So yeah, this would be a good, I potentially think is a good short up, and then I'd take my profit probably when it hits the 180-day simple moving average and they intersect, because of past behavior. Remember, you always look at past behavior as a kind of indicator as to what might happen next time. I hope that was a good overview of ADNT. Stacks. That's SPX, you said. SPX next. So SPX. At first glance, I don't like it. It's not something I would probably trade. Yeah, it's not something I'd probably trade at first glance. But let me give it a chance. Let me do some analysis. Let's see. It's too messy. The chart's too messy. I don't like it personally. Nah, I wouldn't trade it. I don't like it. I think I covered this a while back, but no. JetBlue, nah, not right now. What else is on my list? Oh yeah, I want to show you a Chinese ETF, FXI. So FXI is iShare China 50 ETF. Guys, check out my ETF video if you want to understand the naming conventions of ETFs. I've got like a 15-minute video that explains everything about ETFs, what they are, their naming conventions, how to trade them, and iShares China 50 ETI iShares is the company that just distributed these ETFs, and it's an ETF following 50 stocks within Chinese market. So we all know what's going on with China, coronavirus, all that stuff. This looks like it could potentially be a good short. Why I say that? Because it's an ascending wedge. This was pointed out to me by Wayne, which is another member of the Discord community and one of my mentees. And if the ascending wedge, typically the ascending wedge typically behaves like this. It'll go like that, and then it'll sell off. And this sell-off is normally kind of the same length. This bit is normally the same length as this bit, if that makes sense. So what I do is that I use the ruler tool and I go, okay, from here to here, that's 1 month and 600 pips. So then I copy it and I go, okay, so it's not got much to go, because this would probably be where the take profit would be if it was 1 month to 600 pips from this point here. So it's done most of the move already, but I believe what it's done right now is that it's... So let me draw the box quickly so that I can say this is where my take profit zone would be. I hope this makes sense for you guys, So that's my take profit zone. So now I can delete these lines. And I'll delete that as well. So now, what do I do next? From what I see, is that most things don't move, stocks don't move in a straight line all the way. They ebb and flow. So a lot of times, if I miss a move halfway, if I want to get in, I'm not gonna just get in willy-nilly. I'm just gonna wait for. Let me show you. If this has already happened, I'm not gonna get in here because I'll wait for the retracement, and then I'll try and get in here. And this is what's happened here. Price has gone down, climbs back up. And I believe it's ready for the next move down. So this would be a great entry point for a short, because at the end of the day, if you short here, your stop loss could be on this line here, and then you can make all this profit. So in reality, you can make about 250 pips and risk about 100. So that's a 2.5 risk to reward ratio. So FXA, and so what I'm looking at right now is that it's a combination of things. It's an ascending wedge that looks like it's falling. The 180-day simple moving average looks like it's about to curve down. And so yeah, let me just show you. I googled ascending wedge. I've made a video about this as well, ascending wedge, how to trade it. So you can check that out as well. But like, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for this breakout. But it's done this already. So I'm waiting for the pullback so that I can enter again for the rest of the short. So that's the type of pattern that I think that this one is that we're looking at right now. So once you're able to identify these patterns, you're able to capitalize on high probability positions. You're looking for high probability trades, and this one looks like a high probability trade just based off of the fact that it's an ascending wedge. It's a Chinese ETF, and you know China are in trouble because of corona, so that's also playing in the back of my mind. So a short looks like a plausible trade to make for a ETF that's tracking 50 Chinese stocks, and the technical analysis is telling me that yeah, this is a short, and it's a favorable risk to reward ratio because of where it is in the cycle. If price was here, I wouldn't short it because I think that most of the move have been made, but because price has come back up and it's curving and shows to have curved back down, and also another thing is that let me just delete these lines so you can see better. The 15-day exponential moving average, which is this purple line. What's up, Wayne? What's up, Ewan? The 15-day exponential moving average, it almost acts like a kind of support here. So when price starts coming back down, this kind of acting like as a resistance here lets me know that it's not fully, the move isn't fully over yet. So this is a combination of things. I believe that this is a good short. If I'm wrong, at least the risk is minimal and you just lick your wounds and you move on. So this is a good short trade to make, in my opinion. Another stock I'm looking at is, and once you start identifying the same patterns, it's just all about, sometimes it's good to look at one or two patterns and try and trade those over and over again. Not to say that you should stick to these specific patterns, but once you see a pattern recurring over and over again, it's easier to identify it, and then finding it the next time, you know how it's going to behave. So for example, we've just covered FXI, which is a ascending wedge, which means it's a short. And then I'm going to go to PFE, which is Pfizer. And this is one that Wayne actually brought to my attention. And if you look at it from like the 4-hour chart, I look at it from the daily chart, look at it from the daily chart. Once again, looks like I'm kind of forcing it, but either way, it looks like kind of like a falling wedge to me. Kind of. Kind of. I don't know. It looks kind of like a falling wedge or like a falling ascending channel. And prices sold off, come back up, and then it looks like it's curving down again. And this looks very similar. Kind of similar, not exactly the same. It might be ascending channel pattern, or it might even be a bear flag. That might be a better description of what it is. Maybe it's a bear flag. But either way, prices come down frantically. Kind of made this little pattern here, or made this little pattern here. I don't know which one it is really. Could it be that one? Maybe it's that one. Yeah, maybe it's that one. Made this little pattern here. Sold off, retraced back down, and then it looks like it's curving down again. So once again, it's like I'm seeing the same pattern. Yeah, no, mate. Don't get me started. My boy knows when I go live every day, 7 p.m. But you know, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's good. It's good. It's all good. Yeah. It's selling off. So it's selling off again, and yeah, DC379H. Yeah, no, we need to pick different times to go live, man. But yeah, it's selling off again. So once again, as you can see, I'm talking about recurring themes. If you start seeing recurring themes, then it's easier to identify how to trade them. So let me open that up again. So if you put them side by side, they don't look exactly the same. They're never going to look exactly the same. But once you start identifying the same patterns, you'll be able to know how to react to them because you've seen it time and time again. And that is just the byproduct of chart time. Once you get enough chart time, you start seeing the same themes recurring over and over again. So once again, these two are looking pretty similar. So I'll treat them exactly the same, really. Even the 180-day simple moving average is doing the same. It's like it's almost lingering here. So I would expect both of them to sell off, and I would probably take shorts on both of them. So that's how I would play them both out. But yeah, these are the stocks that I'm looking at right now this week. I'm going to probably trade some of those on my 5k to 50k challenge. And if you want to follow my progress on the 5k to 50k challenge, join the Discord group and then look at the channel here. I've made it so no one else can post it, but everyone can view it. So you can see all the trades I make, and I'll post all my profit and losses. And I might make a little Excel spreadsheet so it's easy to view. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep this one short and sweet this week. I'm not going to get you all the way to 30 minutes. Kind of catch Love Island. You get me? I want to see what Shauna... I want to catch Shauna crying. That's not nice, but you know. Anyway, before I start ranting about Love Island, it's Any, aka the Noctrader, signing out.